welcome everybody. This is Ronni, one of our clients who signed with us. He signed up for the program February 5th, 2024. I don't know if you remember that, but it was a fun first call that we had, and we're excited that you've come this far. You're in a relationship now, which we're going to talk about in a second. But I have a few questions for you. I'm sure Emyli does too. Where were you at when we first met? Right before we started, like tell us a little bit about where you were right around that time.
So I had been divorced for about a year or so, separated for probably 2 years out of initially getting separated and then divorcing. And I had started dating just throughout that year. I'd say about 9 months prior to that, and dated a few people, had dated someone for like 2 months. And it was just totally different than when I was dating before I got married and just trying to figure out like how to fix a broken picker, I feel like. So I didn't repeat patterns from the past and then get acclimated to like how dating is in 2020. I guess it was 2024 at the time, 2020, 23, 24. Now that I was in my mid 40s. And so just thought, you know what, like I had a career coach, I had other people help me that had in other areas of my life. Why not? This is so important, right? Why not get help from people that know what they're doing?
Awesome. Yeah, it was a lot of fun working with you for sure. There might be some people watching this on the fence that maybe they want to join or whatnot. Tell us what you liked about the program, what you enjoyed. There's a lot of parts to it, but what did you enjoy the most?
Yeah, so I'd interviewed other dating coaches and I really just wanted someone that was successful, but not just that, it's someone that cared. And what I love about your program is that you have your perspective as a man, Thomas, and Emily's perspective as not just a woman, but then as someone who has been in the industry, right? Who created a program that was successful. And other people had stated like your program, you truly care about the people you're working with, right? And I saw that pretty consistently. And so I knew pretty much that that's who I wanted to work with, just based on interviews I'd done with other coaches. I just didn't feel they were genuine, that they cared. Wasn't just a business, right? It wasn't all about money. And so that's what kind of led me towards your program and all the coaches I interviewed.
Awesome. Yeah. So tell us a little bit about you mega dated for a little while. Tell us how many men you evaluated before you found say his first name on the
Not to put you on the
what?
spot.
Yeah.
Not I think
You know,
it's good to for people to understand that. It's healthy
yeah,
to,
so I had dated throughout the year. I dated probably a lot. I don't even know, a lot
all
before
good.
I started the program. Then once I started the program, I kept track of it because as Emyli suggested, you create a spreadsheet and you do your 30, I think it's 30 dates. And you record it, which is something I had never done, right? I'd never written it down. But what I actually love that is weird as I thought it was, because I went back and read through it a couple of months after I had started dating Chad and then a couple months into the program. And the things I wrote and like that I was seeing, like even talking about my first date with Chad, where you write down everything from like eye color and where you went and like how you felt on the date. I said his eyes were brown and they're not, they're blue. And it said like he was really nice and he's clearly a good dad, and those things are all true, but just like the evolution of how I felt as the dates progressed. And then obviously multi-dating, right? I was not ever really a multi-dater, but I understand Emily's reasoning behind it now and how important it is to date other people. Then you don't focus on one person per se. So she had a lot of techniques that were really valuable, and how to date and who to date and writing it down. And so, a couple months into the program, obviously that's when he stood out amongst other people.
For sure.
I
Uh,
love it.
as all, Emily, you have any questions before I don't want to ask all the questions.
Do you feel like your picker, well, I mean, I think I have an opinion, but did your picker get fixed?
Yeah, for sure. Because Thomas helped with that too, because I would have the calls with him and I see it as I wrote it down in the log, right? And my feelings progress because it says like, how did you feel at the end of this date? And you can see it go, it goes up, right? And you can see it as you date other people. Like I remember writing in one, I thought he was trying to like drug me.
Yeah.
Like you can see like how you feel about people. Like, oh, I can tell he just wants to sleep with me. Oh, I can tell he's full of himself. Or the ones that lie about their age, that happened a few times. With Chad, it was never that case, and like it wasn't like instant attraction, right? Where I was like, oh, I need to marry this person the minute. But just from talking to Thomas, it's like, oh no, he's a good person. I can tell, and I'd keep going out with him, right? And then I liked him more and more until one day I was like, why am I dating these other people? I
Yeah.
really just like him.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad I did that. And I still think about Thomas in the back of my head because he's like Chad's biggest cheerleader. Uh, so yeah, I can't say enough good things about the program. Like I know I picked the right coaches and it definitely helped me. And I think that if I had done this on my own, I don't know that I'd be dating him today.
Yeah.
I just think my picker might still be broken.
You went through like we did a lot of private calls together throughout the year or whatever that we were, in the trenches together. But I think I saw a lot of change with you with when you first started to as you were going through. What I loved about working with you is you kept an open mind, and if I gave you a suggestion, usually you would take it, which is really
Yeah.
helpful. You're a good client. You do take advice and coaching well. But I think you went from I really think you eventually just trusted your feelings in a way,
Yeah.
and you kept moving forward. And you did. I remember telling you find another date for the weekend, right? Like you were
Yeah.
still iffy
Yeah.
on Chad, and you did, and I think that really
I
helped you
did. Yeah.
evaluate him a little bit longer, which I think was really good. And I really do think Chad is a really great fit for you for sure.
Oh yeah, I think even today I went to get dinner after work and we're going on this trip to Mexico. It's our second big trip. Well, I mean, we've gone on a lot of trips, but this is another week-long trip to Mexico. And I was just thinking, oh, I'm so lucky. Like he's the best. Like I can't imagine being with someone else. Like I wouldn't want to. And yeah, he's just a really good person. And when I was younger too, I was guilty of this. Oh, I'm really successful at work, and this person should be just as successful or should be a CFO and should make tons of money. And like he's successful. He doesn't want things like that, or he doesn't care. Like people and relationships and being a good person and a good dad, those are more important to him. And yeah, you just see like don't waste your life on things that are stupid or useless.
Yeah, for sure. I remember at the beginning we went through a lot of that where that was kind of your checklist at first, and then we got away from that, and then the growth really started for sure.
Yeah. Yeah,
100%.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell us where you guys are going. You're going to go on a trip. You guys are moving forward. You feel pretty good moving forward with Chad?
Dude, we've been dating now from the time we first went out to today is I think exactly 18 months from when we started dating. I everything's progressing well. Like it's slow, but it's not rushed. And I feel like and Thomas sees this too, right? When I talk to you, when he makes a decision or he decides on something, like he's sure of it. He doesn't rush into saying, "Oh, like I love you." He didn't do that immediately, right? He really, I don't even think we said that till we were already dating for over a year at that point, before any of that happened. And 7 or 6 months before he even told anyone I existed, anyone. And like all those things, I was like, what in the world? But he's sure of his decision. You can be sure when he's telling people, right? Like this is a big deal to him. And he moves at a pace where he thinks about it before he acts on it, and that's all important. And so I definitely think it'll progress. I don't ever see us not being together. I don't know if he feels
Awesome.
differently. Hopefully not. But yeah, everything's great.
If
And
you,
his parents love me. His mom and I text all the time, and we have a group chat with his parents. And
wow.
um, yeah, it's great. His friends, I'm on a group chat with just his friends.
Wow.
That's
That's
amazing.
awesome.
We've done a lot of calls, and you were working your way into the friends and the family, and now
Yeah.
it seems like you're there, which
You're
is
in
Yeah, I
there.
remember saying like nobody even knows. Oops, my earring fell out. Nobody even knows I exist. But
yeah.
that's definitely not the case at all anymore.
I love it. Well, we're so
Oh,
happy
Yeah,
for you.
yeah,
really
definitely.
happy.
And hopefully, yeah, hopefully, in the next 2 years or I would say 6 months, maybe we'll live together, maybe get engaged. I don't know. I shouldn't say that too loudly because I don't know how.
It's
I
okay.
don't know if
I
that's his
won't send him
timeline.
this. Yeah. That's what you want?
Yeah. I mean, I could see that. Yeah. But if I ever got married again, I'd have to be like 100% sure. Like both people have to be sure.
No
And
rush when it's forever, too.
yeah.
If it's going
Yeah.
to be
And that's
forever,
true.
yeah.
Right. Yeah. I agree. I just want to make a good decision and I don't want to rush it. And I don't, I just want to make sure it's right.
What's
Yeah.
another
Yeah, it's
18
great because we've
months?
seen each other covering like all scenarios, right? Oh, and I don't know if I told you like what happened last month. So last month his appendix burst. And he was
Oh,
flying home from Indianapolis for work. He'd been gone for a week straight. And he texted me in the middle of the afternoon while I'm taking a course and says, I called the ambulance, called an ambulance on myself this morning. Basically, he couldn't breathe. Anyway, he spent 6 days in the hospital, and his parents flew down. I bought his mom or used my Sky Miles to get his mom a ticket because it was last minute, and then I picked him up from the airport, and I went to dinner with his parents while he was in the hospital,
yeah.
and took them back to the airport, and yeah, it was
I do remember you
all
told me that
learning.
actually. You were telling me a little bit about that about a month ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yes. I told you a little bit about it. All that was great. And yeah, it's just, you know, different experiences as time goes on.
Well,
Wow.
you seem, I mean, I remember our first call to right now, and you just look, everything about you right now is just like shining. You
Yeah.
look great.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, everything's great right now. I couldn't complain. And like, even with work, right? I used to be so focused on work and work was everything. And now I'm just like, yeah, it's just a job. And
yeah.
like, what's more important is like happiness and in your personal life. And a job is a job. You can always get another job. That's one thing I've learned in the last year too, with the market and consulting being so crazy that companies, they'll drop you. They don't care about you. You're just a number. And when you stop making money for them or the industry starts to tank, they don't think twice about letting you go. It doesn't matter how dedicated you were to them. And so not to sacrifice your personal life for their benefit.
And it's nice to have a relationship when things like that happen, for sure. Somebody who's around and who's not going to leave you and is securely attached, right?
Yeah, and just during that time, right? I think it would have been infinitely harder had I not had him. And he never judged and was very patient and understanding about it, and it was great.
All good signs,
Yeah,
all good signs.
all good signs. Yeah, yeah. I mean, not to say he's perfect. Nobody's perfect. I mean, sometimes I'm like, come on, or like
Yeah.
why doesn't he do certain things? But I usually talk to you about it, and you're usually spot on.
Oh, hey, I think you having somebody from the opposite gender who's worked with a lot of men as well, I think can be helpful. So yeah, I'm happy to help.
Think about your program too. So you have a separate men's program and women's program. What I saw is a lot of times people they just have like a program for women or a program for men, or I feel like you have a good balance, right? You're hearing what's going on the men's side and you have all that experience and you can translate that into, well, this is what the men are saying and this is how they feel. Where I don't think other programs can do that.
Yeah, we've been doing it a long time. The women's program is really special to us. I think we have a nice group, we have a good community, and we're excited to help a lot of women too. And Emyli always says we've been helping women for 13 years. Because we've gotten a lot of men in relationships, and the byproduct is helping women. So now we can do it directly and indirectly. It's a lot of fun. So.
Yeah, and it's good to hear other women. I still join chats. Like, why do you join those calls? I just like to listen sometimes just to see what other people are doing or how they're progressing. And I remember saying to you, well, this person, she really stood her ground.
Yeah. I remember that one. Yep. We won't name names.
Yeah, yeah, I don't want to name names, but definitely I'm like, oh, that's great. I don't know if I would do that. Like that's bold.
Yeah.
And I just sometimes I go back and watch the recordings as you post them on Facebook if I missed it.
Yeah. There are certain patterns that we've been able to identify, and I think that's important that people can absorb those we can tell them about the patterns. So, for example, we know your guy was a little bit slow, but all the signs were good as he was moving forward. It was just at his own pace, which is great.
And what do people say? You hear this a lot. At least I've heard it throughout my life in periods where I've been dating is, oh, you have to give someone a chance. Like sometimes they just kind of grow on you, or it sounds stupid, right? But that's what happened is I'd go on these dates, right? You're like MegaDate, and then you go out with people and you're like, oh, he was and you think, oh, well, Chad's not that way. And so I go out with people and I'd be like, oh, well, he's not that way, or he's nice, or he's patient, pursuing, but he's not being a pig. And then eventually I was like, why am I even going out with these other people?
Yeah.
And it just like, and like, I remember the light just went off and I was like, I don't want to date other people. I just want to date him.
Boom.
I actually went to his house after a date. I went on a date and I was like, that was terrible. And I called him from the car and I'm like, what are you doing? Because I was only 15 minutes from his house. And he's like, I'm drinking wine and I have a fire going and you want to come over, the door's unlocked. And I just like literally drove to his house.
I remember you told me that on a call. Yeah, Emily, didn't you do that with me one time? Yeah, I mean, you went on a date and you.
That's a sign for sure. If you
Yeah.
go on a date and you're just thinking about the other guy and you're like, I want to come over. Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
big sign.
That was it. I was like, oh, I just had this terrible date and I think he tried to drug me. Went to his house.
Creep.
Yeah.
Not cool. Well, we're so excited for you. Have any final questions, Em, or anything on your side? I got all my questions for Ronni.
I'm just so happy for you, Ronni. I think it's so great.
It's
Your
great.
progress.
Yeah, it's great. I could recommend it to anyone. And I do, because when people tell me, oh, I'm like, dating is so terrible, or I don't want to, like, this is all, I say, oh, I have the program for you. I mean, I don't know why people are so hesitant to get help in other areas of their life, but not this. Nobody's perfect at everything. And it helps just to have someone talk it out, right? To say like, oh, and I wouldn't have, honestly, I probably wouldn't be dating him if I hadn't done this program. Because I wasn't writing it down. I wasn't really paying attention to my patterns. There were things I was doing well. I had no problems getting a date. I just didn't have, I had problems making good decisions and like really, just like logically thinking about just acting on impulse, I would say, and acting more on smarts. And when you sort of balance the two, you get to a place where you're like, oh, this is the person that's for me.
Yeah.
Totally.
Again, I'm a big believer that dating, there is a skill set, and people who are open for feedback and open to learning are going to get to their goals. People who aren't are not going to get to their goals. Period.
Yeah, and I don't hear people complain, right? There aren't good men out there. That's baloney. I mean, there are good people, there are bad people, and that's with anything. And to just classify all men over the age of 40 is undateable is stupid. I mean, people get divorced, it happens. People don't ever get married for whatever reason. And I just think you just have to figure out how to date.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's all changed since, if you've been married for a while, like you said, the game has changed. So it's helpful to have somebody who knows the game.
The same.
Yeah.
The apps weren't even the same. I mean, now people use Tinder for meeting people they want to marry. But back in the day, Tinder was used for people that, you wanted to see for 15 minutes or whatever it might be. So, and Emily, like she knows how to get through the algorithms and like tweaks to your profile. And it's just like all things that, yeah, sure. Could you research this on the internet? Yeah, I could take the rest of my life and have a full-time job. Somebody just spoon feed it to me.
Yeah.
Right.
Just help me, please. Let's just move on, right?
Mhm.
Can we like not waste time here? I'm dying.
Exactly.
Every 10 seconds I'm getting closer to death here.
That's true. We're all dying slowly, I guess, right? Yep.
Mhm.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited for you and this trip to Cancun with your guy, and I see a bright future for you for sure.
Isla de Mujeres or something, right? Not Cancun.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
Mhm.
Sorry. I thought you said Cancun earlier. My bad.
Yeah, all the same. Right next to it.
Yeah. Cool.
Amazing.
Yeah. Well, thank you for your time, Ronni.
Yeah.
Exceptional A+ client, and
Thank you.
I see great future for you and Chad.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. Hopefully everybody joins, because if they don't, then don't complain.
That's right. Exactly.